the new Demolisher 2.8 110 scale monster truck tires. Look pretty awesome. All right, we're out here with the Rival MT10, and I want to give it a run on these, the new Demolishers that I picked up. They're not brand new, but they're fairly new. Release from Proline, pre-mounted 2.8. I thought they looked pretty wicked, and I wanted to see how they act on here. So I did a little cleanup, got a brand new body. I decided to go back to the stock original body. It's not a bad body. Got some new bumpers, new wheelie bar, cleaned it up, went through it. This is not stock Rival MT10. This thing has, well, let me show you. Okay, so this has a few upgrades I've done to it. Nothing that you can find. I had to custom do the shocks. But this has a Hobbywing Z-Run XR8 SCT system in it, and a 3600 kV longer can motor, and a Reedy 1508 servo. And I'm running a Futaba radio system, and this is undoubtedly my favorite truck. It has been really good truck, and I've had it for 2 years now. And out of all the other vehicles I've bought, this one is still hands down my favorite. It's durable, it's fast, very predictable. Let's get it out and run it. This thing is more than fast. I mean, this thing is wicked with this system in it. This is not where I'd typically run. This is a new spot. It's really heavy gravel. I would normally run in another spot, but it looks like there's a wedding or all kinds of stuff going on. Soccer games. These tires feel okay. It feels like they kind of, I can tell the grip is different. Normally I run a trencher on here. Kind of a little squirrely. Gravel is unpredictable, especially when you got some big chunks. Yeah, this truck is unbelievably awesome. I love this truck. Love, love, love. 2 years old, and every time I drive it, I know why it's my favorite. It just does everything you want it to. Super powerful. I mean, even out of the box without doing stuff to them, they're a good truck. The speed controller isn't the greatest out of the box because it has such a heavy brake. Makes it hard for doing tricks. This censored system though is awesome in here. And seeing how the MT8 turned out to be kind of a not my favorite vehicle. The MT8 is not durable. And I haven't ran it as much as you think I would for something I was looking forward to. But this little guy is a ripper. Oh. These tires have a ton of grip. But you can tell on this terrain they're a little, yeah, they like to side bite and roll. I never had that issue with the trenchers. They seem to have excellent forward bite. Ooh, almost bite into a big giant boulder. Ooh. These would be awesome in some sandy conditions or some nice loose dirt. Yeah, I've been saying since these things, I think this truck got a little bit of a bad rap because it was released right when all the lockdowns came out around COVID. So, and it was right before people started grabbing onto things. But the whole, everybody saying it's the same as the other manufacturer, it is. But that was Helion's loss because Helion went out of business. And Team Associated was smart enough to recognize how awesome this truck is and put it out there. And I think it's taken a couple years for people to realize it, because it seems like it's 2 years old now, and now we've got big channels doing reviews on this truck that's 2 years old and act like they're very impressed with it. And that's good. I wish Team Associated would do like a version 2 of this. Just do some mild upgrades, you know, get rid of the plastic crappy shocks, do some aluminum, or just upgrade it a little bit. I mean, there's a few areas that could use some beefing up if it needed to be. Now RPM makes arms for it now. If they had to do anything, I would say they need to beef up their front bulkhead. That's the part I broke the most, is the front bulkhead. And believe it or not, guys, 2 years, this truck is the one I run the most. With a lot of power in it. Never run it on 2S, it's always 3S. And this is the original spur gear that came in the package. Plastic spur gear, I should say. The original spur gear, and it's plastic. Haven't stripped it, have nothing. I mean, it sounds a little noisy now, probably because it's starting to get wore, but it's still hanging in there. And I keep hearing people say, oh, I wish they had a metal. I don't know why you need metal. It's just noisy, heavy. I bought a spur gear and had it for 2 years and haven't had to use it. Yeah, so a really good truck. Really good truck. Whoa. Yeah, Team Associated needs to do just a, well, maybe a different body on it. I mean, I don't mind the style of the body, maybe a different paint job like they do with their short course vehicles. You know, maybe include a few upgrades. Just do a version 2. Keep the price pretty low. Right now it's, I mean, this is the cheapest. So at, I think $329, and it's the cheapest 10 scale monster truck you can get. And it's just as good as anything else out there, if not better. I mean, if you're asking me, I think it's better. But this thing is a ripper. I love this truck. These tires are okay. I'd say I prefer the trenchers better. I mean, the trenchers are just a better overall tire for everything. Whoa. This is death to your car. Get out of my way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, that was so lucky. It literally cartwheeled over the boulder down here at the end. And it's still alive. Yeah, it looked like it cartwheeled over this boulder over here right at the end. I thought it was broken for sure. It was headed right towards this whole row. Bounced from about right there where it is, clear to here, over the... Oh, and I cheated a little bit. I did buy a new body for it, but I decided not to run it all out yet. This is the old body, 2-year-old original, and it's still hanging in there. We got a few cracks we shoe good. Body mount's kind of starting to rip out, but nice heavy duty body. I didn't want to quite use the other one. I ran it for a minute, but then I swapped it out. I don't want to beat it up yet. Oh, oh. If anybody's curious about the skeeter size compared to a real 10 scale, there's a skeeter, there's the Rival. In my opinion, That's the true definition of a 10 scale monster truck. This is not. This is a 8 scale buggy size. And of course I've widened it, put bigger tires on it, but it's not 10 scale. And neither is the Max as far as I'm concerned, but that's my opinion. This is Stampede size, Haas, you know, Granite, all of those. Those are what the definition of 10 scale monster truck is, in my opinion. Looks like the battery might be burning off now. It's been a pretty good run. No brakes. Not overheated. So all in all, these tires aren't too bad. They have a really wicked side bite on them, which you wouldn't think a tire like this would, but they do. So it has a tendency to roll. I don't really get that too much with trenchers, which is the only other tire I've ever really run on this besides the crappy stock ones. Anyway, that's going to conclude this run. So the Proline Demolishers on the Rival MT10. This is my favorite truck. I highly recommend it. And it's the cheapest 10 scale monster truck on the market, or tied with a couple others, pretty close. But I mean, for quality, this is the one, this is the truck.